Hi, the next few videos will catch you up to where I am with my treatment and the procedures that I have had thus far and what I still have left to do. I've hit some obstacles and some bumps in the road. It definitely has not been easy, but I shall persevere and get through it. The last video left on the morning of my surgery. The nurse calls in my surgeon, who's my oncologist, to discuss that it says in the system that it was only going to be a right mastectomy. And I had made a decision, and the nurse navigator that I have at Levine Cancer Institute was aware, and she passed the message along to Dr. Salma. So she asked me, why do I want to get a double as opposed to a single? So I go to the process of explaining to her that I know that it reduces the chance of the cancer coming in the other breast from 20% to 3 to 4%. If I get a double, like I said, I've had all the genetic testing. There's no mutations. I've got the mammograms every year, and I still got cancer. So I just want to minimize my chances. And then with the plastic surgery and with the reconstruction, I want to do is the least amount of procedures as possible. I asked her, well, what are your concerns? And she said she's concerned because my surgery was supposed to be nipple sparing, and she's concerned about the amount of time that would be under anesthesia. So she brings in Dr. Tang, who is my plastic surgeon, and we get in a whole discussion about it. And I told her that my dad has advanced dementia, and although he didn't get the first stages of dementia until his late 70s, but since he's been 80, every time that he's gone under anesthesia to have procedures done, he's gone under 3-4 times, his dementia got worse. Although I stimulate my mind, I handle a lot of stuff for myself, for my kids, for my parents. So my mind is always stimulated. I like to do hobbies that also stimulates my mind to keep it active. However, I want to minimize the number of procedures because it's tough on you emotionally, and it's tough on you physically, and just tough on you mentally. So she said that because I opted for nipple sparing, if I didn't opt for nipple sparing, then that would cut off an hour from the surgery. I said, okay, let's do it. And she's like, are you sure? She asked me 3 times, was I sure? I said, yes. I'm a person who hasn't had hair really in 30 years. I don't think that hair defines me. My nipples are going to define who I am at my core. I said, let's do that. So it changed from me going into the surgery with having nipples to me coming out of the surgery not having nipples. I do have the expanders in place to save room for the implants that I will eventually get. And that's been interesting. Some days I wake up and my chest is really tight, or my back hurts. My body just does not feel the same in the way it did prior to my surgery.